So guys, Bitcoin is about to break a key resistance level. Altcoins are on the verge of going parabolic. I want to talk about what we need to break with Bitcoin in order to see altcoins shoot up and Bitcoin to shoot up to that next variable, causing us to start this bull run. I want to talk about exactly what's going on around the price action, where we're at on this cycle, and just update you guys on the sentiment in the markets. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and check out the rest of my content. I'm just an intermediate trader, showing you guys my wins, my losses, documenting my journey, keep you guys updated on the markets, and then giving you guys quick videos so you guys can stay updated on the markets and capitalize on specific events. But other than that, let's go ahead and jump into it. So guys, right now the price action around Bitcoin is currently popping off. Today it's been going up and down, but we're ending the day sitting at around 63,800 right now. Everyone's been talking about how 64,000 is the key point, the resistance line that we're currently seeing, and once we break out of that, we could be potentially shooting up to that 77,000 mark. You know, the market's going to be opening tomorrow. It's Monday. Everything is going to start getting initiated. Usually everything kind of goes a little bit red, but honestly where we're at, I think that we're going to be looking good starting tomorrow. And a lot of AI coins, altcoins in general have been shooting up, and I want to talk about exactly what we could be seeing and why we're trying to see these specific points on Bitcoin and when we're going to be moving forward. So let's go and look at my portfolio. I want to show you guys a little bit of what's going on with me, my investments, just so you guys can have an understanding of if you're currently invested in the markets. Some of these inputs are completely wrong, but as you can see, all my investments that I'm currently in, the coins that I'm invested in, they're currently up really nice. Some of them are up really amazing, which are the AI coins, which is why I made another video talking about taking advantage of the AI sector. But guys, right now we are seeing good green moves in the markets, green candles, and this is causing everyone to get really hyped and talking about the price action around Bitcoin, what we need to see. So everyone's talking about how Bitcoin needs to break above the 64,000 resistance level. We're pretty much been phasing through this time for the last like 200 days, and everyone's been wondering, when are we going to break this out? And whenever we do, that's whenever we could see that higher move up to potentially 70,000 or even higher for Bitcoin. New all-time highs are coming. Everybody needs to get ready because we are on the verge of October. Another great post from Axel. Bitcoin needs to rise above 64K. Formally, we will transition from a macro bear market to a bull market. The 200-day SMA needs to become support rather than resistance, because right now, like how I said, we've been trading on that sideways action, and until we break that 64K mark, it's going to keep on being resistance rather than support. So right now, guys, we're looking at the price action around Bitcoin, sitting currently at around 63,800, now 63,700. But currently, we've been on the rise up. Markets are opening up tomorrow, and once the week starts, we're going to be able to get an understanding of where we're going to be going. But you need to keep up with the price action around Bitcoin to really determine what's going to be happening with altcoins. All right, guys, if we jump into kind of where we're at on this cycle, CryptoCon dropped a great chart. The pool multiple phases. I might be saying that completely wrong, but overall it gives some great indicators on where we're at in this cycle. So the bull market for Bitcoin is next, plain and simple, as you guys can see right here, September 2024. Not a recession, not a bear market, or any other doom and gloom price action. Currently right now, of course, because we're seeing the green in the markets with the Fed cuts and the relief that we're seeing in the markets, but that's going to catch up to us in the next few years, and I hope you guys stay tuned with this YouTube channel so that we can monetize on that event. But anyways, moving forward, the phases of the pure multiple make it up abundantly clear that we are in the midst of a mid correction, which comes just before the true bull run. The same as we saw in September 2012, 2016, and 2020. I'll put the arrows, as you guys can see here. They put the blue arrows. But once we see these points, it's kind of some sideways price action, a little bit of a deviation, and then from there we shoot up. And you can see that in that 2020 cycle, 2016, and 2020. Anything else is meant to distract you from being here during the best price action crypto has to offer, which is coming soon enough. The halving cycle's 30 red year bull market begins after November 28, 2024. And will last through November 28, 2025. So guys, this is whenever we're going to start to see that crazy price action. There's another chart from CryptoCon that I actually wanted to show you guys, that he actually talks a little bit about, you know, the price action around Bitcoin and everything. But overall, just keeping up with those charts and exactly what's going on is really going to keep you ahead of everything. And, you know, Bitcoin is one of the main things that we follow in order to determine where altcoins are going to go. We look at the dominance of Bitcoin. We look at the total market cap of the total three other charts just to see exactly how strong altcoins are compared to Bitcoin. And currently, based off of where we're at in this cycle, we could be seeing a huge run for altcoins. So let's go ahead and jump into altcoins based off of all that price action with Bitcoin. So we talk about altcoins here. Mustache talks a little bit about it. He gives two great charts that I actually wanted to bring up. So the first one is the total 2, which if you're not familiar with the total 2 chart, I'll put it up right here. I don't want to jump into exactly what the chart is, but you can, you know, read this chart to have an understanding of what's going on with altcoins. So right here, he's talking about based off of what we're seeing in this current cycle, he expects a god candle for the total 2 altcoins in the near future. This won't turn out like the 2021. I'll put an arrow right here so you guys can see the 2021 cycle, because of, you know, we saw that upward action, but compared to the 2017 cycle, he thinks that's what it's going to look more like. It's going to be over here. As you can see, there's a much more bigger spike in the markets compared to that 2021 cycle, and it's just because of the sideways price action that we've been having. Longer consolidation leads to higher prices and higher rip ups and longer, you know, bull runs. So this is pretty much what we're on the midst of, guys, and based off of, you know, what we've been seeing with this like 4-year track, we're pretty much on the verge of creating that god candle of like what we've seen in 2017. He even says we're not all ready for that. He's eagerly waiting for the RSI to break out. And if you guys aren't really familiar with what the RSI is, it really just tracks the momentum of all the buying patterns and everything that's going on around the asset. And currently right now, it's sitting right here in the middle. It's usually between 30 and 70, just to give you the basics. Once we break out of the 70 mark, we're pretty much in the oversold, overbought region where everyone's hyped up and markets are just going to start going really crazy. And it's just because everyone is buying up the assets. So guys, that's pretty much what he's waiting for, the RSI breakout. And I'm going to keep you guys updated on all that stuff as well. I just don't like to confuse you guys. I like keeping you guys the basics and exactly the things that you need to know. So that was one chart that Mustache talks about the total 2, which I thought was really interesting. He also talks about the total 2 chart as well in the bullish cross about what's currently about to go on with that current chart. He says the bullish cross of altcoins total 2 monthly is imminent. It's already going to happen. The previous post that you guys saw was a few hours before this. As has often been said, this is one of the most important signals in his opinion. The last time this happened was in 2020, after which the altcoin bull market began. So guys, based off of what we're seeing in the current price action of the total 2 chart, we could be seeing that huge run already based off of the 2020 price action. And this is where you kind of want to start looking at previous cycles and start to really determine when we are going to see that, you know, huge rip up, just because everyone's trying to time the market the best you can. I think you should already expose yourself just based off of where we're at, but based off of the signals that we're currently seeing, we could already be potentially moving forward based off of, you know, the price action with these total charts. On top of that, with Bitcoin as well, if it gets to breaking that key resistance level. Another chart by Mustache, just to keep it simple for you guys. You're more or less the same setup in 2016. Not being bullish on altcoins is the biggest risk. God candle soon, in his opinion. So everyone's just bullish, guys, on altcoins. I also want to show you guys a few calls that are just talking about, you know, what's currently going on. Crypto God John brings up some great points about what's currently going on in the markets and why we're going to start to see some crazier things. He says Bitcoin is less than 20% away from its all-time high, which is key. Seasonality, October is one of Bitcoin's best performing months. As you can see on the side, if we look at the performance of Bitcoin throughout the months, it's always been an amazing performance in October, so that is very bullish as well. On top of that, we have the presidential election that's coming out. If Trump was to win, a, you know, Republican Party win, that would be very bullish for Bitcoin, just because of the dominance he has in the digital assets and cryptocurrency realm. Even if Kamala wins, I still think we're going to see all-time highs. But guys, the presidential election is coming up. Stimulants in the economy are starting to happen with the Fed cuts, so that is bullish. On top of that, we have the FTX 16 billion in payouts that is going to be coming out, I think, like a week before the election, which is not a coincidence. I literally told everybody that they're going to be stimulating the economy somehow. What other way than to shove $16 billion back into the economy? Other than that, we have the post-halving event. So pretty much halving with Bitcoin that happens every 4 years. It has already occurred, and we're at the point, usually it says like 160 days after the Bitcoin halving, that's whenever we start to see a crazy rip in Bitcoin and the price action. But we're pretty much on the verge of that as well. So we got that working for us, the post-halving. And then from there, the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs that have been trading all year. Crazy funds that we've been seeing from retail investors, all those fossil investors, all the normal people that are slowly getting into this, huge corporations, businesses that are just buying up Bitcoin like crazy, like BlackRock. But yeah, and then he goes on to just say, you're not bullish enough, guys. We're on the verge of crazy gains. We're in the perfect point in this cycle, and on top of that, we have the perfect catalyst events that are going to drive us to the top. All right, and then we're going to end this up with a post from Alex Becker. Alex Becker's feed is really crazy. If you want to go look at it, good luck. It's a whole bunch of crazy stuff just because Alex Becker is Alex Becker, but he gives a great post talking about utility coins and kind of what's going on. So he says utility altcoins are going to absolutely send, and most investors are beyond underexposed. Expect cope and tears soon. Non-believers will witness Valhalla but never enter. Their future bloodlines left in perma shame. And Alex Becker is a really funny guy. He talks a lot of craps, a lot of smack, but he is really invested in the crypto space, Web3 gaming, and overall just building proper technology that's going to change the space. And a lot of the projects, coins, and everything that he shares, even though he even says this isn't financial advice, just like most other people, because we have to, but he just gives some great advice around utility, what he really thinks is going to be happening in the future with a few of these projects that he's invested in. And he's just being transparent about his perspective on a few of these coins, really around utility, which is gaming, AI, Web3 gaming, RWA, I'm sure, and a few other coins that I'm sure he's keeping in his portfolio, like gambling and a few other ones, GameFi. But overall, this is where you need to start to do your own due diligence. I always end my videos with telling you guys, I come and put all the different perspectives together for you, but this is where you need to start to do your own research and figure out what everyone's talking about. I think it's good to get a better understanding of what's going on with price action around Bitcoin so that you can understand how it's going to have an effect on altcoins and then the specific catalyst events that are causing us to move up in the markets. On top of that, where we're at in this crypto cycle is just going to give you more confidence on when you want to invest and when you want to exit and when we're going to potentially see those crazy gains. But guys, that's currently what's going on in the crypto markets. Right now, we're waiting for the price action around Bitcoin to really determine what exactly we're going to be doing. Is it going to be deviating lower, or are we going to break that key resistance level sitting around 64K? We could be shooting to around a 70,000 Bitcoin after we break out of that 64,000 region. But until we see that, once the markets open throughout this week, we're going to see exactly what is possible. On top of that, altcoins are starting to get that verge, that burning sensation to start moving forward as well. They are starting to wake up, and people that have been investing into altcoins are starting to see the green in the markets, just because once we see the stimulus with the economy as well as with Bitcoin and everything starts to run up, we're going to see that crazy price action, and it's really important that you keep this in mind. On top of that, guys, just keeping up with where we're at in this crypto cycle is just going to give you more confidence on kind of what you're doing with your investing and when you want to exit this. But guys, that's pretty much what's going on in the markets. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and check out the rest of my content. I'm just a beginner in the crypto space, showing you guys my wins, my losses, my crypto portfolio, and everything else in between. I keep saying beginner, but I'm an intermediate trader. I have a better understanding of what's going on, and I want to keep you guys updated and show you guys what's possible. At the end of the day, this is not financial advice. You need to do your own research. Don't ever listen to anyone about financial advice. Just get updates, learn more stuff, get different perspectives, and then from there comes your own conclusion. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up right here. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and drop me a like, subscribe. Even if you're not too new to the channel, drop me a comment and like. I really appreciate all the support you guys are showing me on this channel. I drop daily content every day, so stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.